wouldn't
know.
say a
Hello,
big
everybody.
picture.
Welcome back to the Funjelah podcast. We have a great episode for you today. Now, if you have been on Team Anjelah for quite some time, you will know this guest. Did you hear that?
I did.
Okay.
It's Manny's computer.
I don't know if that was your computer or my computer.
It's Manny's computer. I have my husband's computer on. His settings are different from my settings, okay, everyone? I don't know how to do it. Okay, anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to keep this in to the intro because it's fun. It's BTS. It's behind the scenes. You get to see what happens. Bloopers, am I right? Okay. My guest. This episode, if you've been on my team for a while, if you've been following Anjelah, if you've been a fan for a minute, then you know JaKee. JaKee was my road manager for 7 years and personal assistant, and now one of my besties. And she is joining us on this episode. We share some fun memories that maybe you might remember from Instagram stories, or maybe it's your first time hearing about these memories that we share on this episode. We go to our gratitudes, our MADtitudes. We realize how much JaKee and Danielle have in common, and they're pretty much copy-paste. It's wild. They're both from Texas. They bake. They both worked in casting before they worked for me. It's a whole thing. Anyway, it's such a fun episode, and I cannot wait for those of you who don't know JaKee to meet JaKee on this episode. But before we get into that, my new tour has been announced. The family reunion tour is on sale. Go get your tickets at Anjelah.com. Shout out to Denver for being the first city to sell out. We added a show. Shout out San Antonio. We added a show because you sold out there too. Go check my website to see if I'm coming to your city and get your tickets ASAP before they sell out. And if you don't see your city, let me know where I should come to on the next leg of my tour. And for this weekend, I'm going to be in Virginia. Show is sold out, but I do have some tickets left for Dania Beach, Miami, and I'm doing New Year's Eve in Phoenix. There's very few tickets left to my New Year's Eve Phoenix show, so you can get your tickets for that. And don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, leave us a review on anywhere that you can leave us a review for this podcast, because all of that helps get the word out about this podcast, and we can keep sending out our good vibes to everybody, and they can come be a part of this Funjelah podcast with us. Also, if you want to tell us what you are grateful for and we can possibly pick your grateful for a future episode, call us and leave us a message and we might play it on a future episode. And that phone number is, Danielle, what is it?
It's 747-300-5380.
Call us, tell us what you're grateful for. Can't wait to hear about it. And is that it? Did I get everything?
You got it all.
You guys, I'm so good.
Professional.
Enjoy this episode of Funjelah with my good friend Ja-Kee Sisneros. All right, JaKee, you are my first guest in my new studio,
Woo-hoo.
which
Ooh.
has not been finished yet. Like, there's still, I don't have any artwork up. This little statue I put there, I still have the
Have the
TJ
tag on.
Maxx tag on it just in case I want to take it back. Like, I'm just
Oh.
still.
But I feel like I'm appropriate for that guest.
Exactly. Thank you
Like-
so much.
Like I'm appropriate for that studio space. I'm
Yeah.
the appropriate guest for like
Still in progress. We
Yeah.
may return this, keep the tags on.
because I'm family.
Yeah, that's right.
So like that's how you're gonna roll into
That's right.
family's house is gonna be like
Mhm.
this ain't clean,
Uh-huh.
and B, I'm still in progress. And there's some things we might want to return here. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I fit it metaphorically, and then I fit it like
Well, there's some friends that you'll see and they still have the tag on and you'll be like, "Ooh, girl, you forgot your tag."
no.
But then you have your other friends that you see the tag and you go, "Oh, here, let me tuck it in."
Yeah. I might be a tuck in tag. Just put that underneath. This was only for tonight. No, okay. So on that, you know that you can do that with children's clothes too.
No, but
So-
I would never because they get so dirty. What do you mean?
No, Cat and Jack at Target. Okay,
Okay.
mom hack. Cat and Jack at Target let you bring back the clothes, no receipt needed. once they've outgrown them.
Oh, once they've outgrown them.
Yeah,
That's
so,
nice.
Yeah, especially for my little baby girl because she was just flying through those
She-
T's.
She was on a track of
Yeah,
growth.
she was on 2 T, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 T's now.
Wow.
And yeah, she's still 2. But yeah, you just return the cat and Jack. You go up to them and be like, "Hey,
This doesn't fit anymore.
yep."
And they take it back?
They take it back. I
That's
try to make sure the clothes
amazing.
are washed. Because
That's amazing
But yeah.
because at first I thought you were trying to be like, no, just pretend you didn't wear it. And I
No.
was like, oh, I feel bad doing that. But
no, they just take it back and they give you store credit, and then
That's
you go buy
cool.
more cat and Jack,
love that.
and then when you outgrow this, I'm just gonna keep
That's-
recycling this $30.
And I wonder what they do with that cat and Jack. Like, do they donate it to
I
like
don't know that answer.
anybody who's like needs it, or is it recycled? I wonder. That's
Hopefully they would give it to like homeless shelters or something that like humanitarian, but I doubt that's actually probably what they're doing.
yeah.
but-
Like if it's still in good condition, like let's donate it. If it's just I've outgrown it, not like there's holes all through it. 'Cause
yeah,
I, like
well, and I wouldn't even do that because I
Yeah.
would feel bad.
yeah.
But there's some clothes that she really either didn't like it or those jeans were just never gonna fit her, and I
Yeah.
just tried.
Yeah.
I tried to put on a. First of all, why we're buying kids skinny jeans or even making them, I don't know.
Hilarious.
I don't know, but it said skinny jeans for her little baby booty, and I
Mhm.
was like, let's try these. They fit skinny just like they fit on me, like right up to the thigh, and you're like, no more. It's like shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff.
Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff.
And then she goes, shimmy, shimmy, rah.
Aw, that's cute. Is that what you guys say? Shimmy, shimmy, raw, not shimmy, shimmy, pow?
And it shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff, shimmy, shimmy,
Puff,
pow.
shimmy, shimmy, raw.
It's
You say raw?
Yeah.
It's raw.
Oh,
It's
we grew up in the
raw.
hood. We say pow. Just kidding.
That's funny.
We
No,
did say pow though, but
No, it's
wow.
raw.
Okay.
Raw.
What else? Is there a second verse, or we just keep saying that over and over?
I just say that over because it's.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I met a girlfriend, shimmy,
Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff.
shimmy, shimmy, rah, shimmy, shimmy,
Rah.
Cocoa Puff, shimmy, shimmy, rah.
Grandma, sick in bed. She called the doctor, and the doctor said, "Let's get the rhythm of the
Hey,
ding
let's
dongs." What is this?
And it's from Big. It's how I know it.
Oh, I'm literally just conjuring up a childhood memory right
Mhm.
now that's like creeping in slowly, and I'm like, the words are coming to me like, what's happening? It's here it
Da, 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 da.
comes.
Because isn't that what
But
you
it's
would say when you would do jump rope? Like I remember in elementary school, we would jump rope and you would say those things as you were doing the double dutch.
Joke, bro. But
Oh.
JaKee's had boobs since she was 7, so
there was no jumping in my future.
we did it with this one where you do this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
dude.
too.
Yeah. Dude.
Like the
Well,
Miss
the-
Mary.
That's it. Let's get the rhythm of the bed, ding dong.
Yeah.
Let's get the rhythm of the bed, ding dong. Let's
Oh.
get the rhythm of the
Ah.
See, we're on the same track.
Yeah.
It's something.
Oh, I was like, I
don't
think
know.
mine was different. I don't think that's what.
But you guys
Well,
are
no,
both Texas.
Yeah, but it's also
Yeah.
no, it's super pop culture because if you go to the movie Big with Tom Hanks,
yeah.
Tom Hanks.
when they're walking, like that was him and his best friend's thing.
Oh,
Shimmy,
okay.
shimmy, Cocoa Puff, shimmy. And then it was also
Oh.
in like a rap song or something, I think, at one point. But,
That's funny.
but that's how I just
So
said
now I
that.
want to watch the
Activities off
movie
of-
and see it again.
Big, that's a good movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I did love it. Very special movie.
Mhm.
But anyway, welcome to being my first guest
Woohoo!
in the new
I
studio.
wish I would.
We're gonna slowly decorate it, everyone. We're gonna slowly add things. If you have any ideas of what artwork I should put up on my wall, everything's very bare right now because I'm still at first I was like, I'm just gonna unveil a brand new studio and it's gonna be all decked out, and then I realized that's not really my personality.
Nope.
Just decision making. I'm decision fatigued. I cannot make any more decisions on decorations, on artwork, or anything like that. So I'm like, let me just slow go at it, and then like 10 episodes from now, there'll just be one more thing.
Mhm.
We'll do that. We'll make it a treasure hunt. You can
Ah,
let me know when you
Yeah.
find
like a
one
Where's
more
Waldo
thing,
thing.
that has been added to the studio. Let me know when you see it.
I mean, I mean, granted, I'm in green, but I'm obsessed with like green and gold right now. And so I think like
Mhm.
a green and gold, like fluid art type
Ew, I love that.
thing would be really
Yeah.
pretty.
But also my brain is like, put up some show photos. Like, let's get new, like, let's
Oh.
be self-promoting.
Yeah.
What? I thought it would be cute.
I was thinking a big picture of me and her right there.
Yeah,
but-
Imagine. I can't see. Here's the thing. I have a problem with when in my old house at Castlewoods and I had my office.
Yep.
I had pictures of myself up in there. It's my tour poster.
Yeah.
It's me and Oprah. It's like I had all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like just having a big picture of myself somewhere, I couldn't do it. I don't know.
I love those pictures.
I love those. Yeah, but I don't know. I have a hard time with.
I mean, when it was your office and it was our tour memorabilia,
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this,
That's what I was thinking.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Me either. It's a vibe in
I
here. We're
think-
trying to make it a vibe.
I feel like vibey,
Yeah.
like
Try to make it a
coffee
vibe.
shop kind of get cozy.
Cozy. Also therapist, like, because I want you to open up and
calming.
talk to me. So I want it to feel like
Yeah.
we're serene, we're peaceful. Tell me
But
your
we have a
deepest,
lot of like
darkest.
cream everywhere, so now
Yeah.
we need color.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we were kind of going for the whole muted cream.
I love it.
Vibe.
But it needs color now. That would be where you
Yeah.
would go.
Yeah. It does need stuff.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what you think it needs, everyone. JaKee,
Hi.
thank you for coming on my podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You are, let's see. Yes, you were my road manager for years. You were, your brother and my husband were best friends. I think let's tell that story first of
I
how
think
we
they still
met
are
before
friends.
we get into our gratitudes and our
Okay.
matitude first and our gratitudes. Let's tell everybody how we were connected. Okay, because I think it's a fun story.
And we can also tell him that I met you a couple times prior that she,
And I didn't remember.
she doesn't remember.
Yes.
my God,
Physically
same.
sitting on her couch. So if you've ever met Anjelah, meet her more than once.
It-
Eventually she'll remember you.
Eventually. Don't take it personally.
Don't take it
here,
personally.
Here you have it. Don't take it personally.
One of her best
Two-
friends. Don't take it personally.
Two of the most important people telling you right now. It took me a few times to get her to remember. So it's not something personal. It's
I have
just
a full memory on your couch listening to Bon Qui Qui music before it ever came out. And then
And I was with you while you're listening to it? Like I
yes.
showed it to you?
Yes.
Oh.
We're back in the condo.
My condo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the condo.
Who were you there with? Like-
Josh and Manny
Oh, okay.
and you.
So I was like, how'd you get in my house?
yeah. I just I know where you lived. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're listening. We're listening. Manny was
Manny was
us.
showing my new music. Okay.
And then also and then people came over afterwards. I can't.
And then one time I went to your house, right? For some sort
Yeah.
of party.
Yep. You picked up Josh from a Thanksgiving party.
Yeah.
My brother
okay.
came into LA to visit me and then left me for them.
Yeah. And we came. And
Yeah.
so I met you there too.
And then we met at Josh's wedding.
And yes, and then your brother got married
Mhm.
and me and my husband went to your brother's wedding.
And I was very single at the time and very still, not still, but very obsessed with Matthew Lawrence my entire life. And I was like, so do you know Matthew Lawrence? Because you're famous too. So,
You did? How embarrassing.
I know. But you're like, no. I was like, cool.
Oh no.
Okay.
Hilarious.
But fairness to me, I asked everybody. So
Okay. So that's JaKee's experience like leading up to.
Yeah.
Then cut to I need a new road manager, a new personal assistant. And we're on the hunt and I'm interviewing people and it's like duds. And we've done some in-person interviews. We did a whole like big job posting and everything. And then Manny and I go to New York and we're just on a little trip. And then we meet up with JaKee's brother there. And I'm telling him my situation. Yeah, I'm looking for a new assistant and road manager. And he goes, well, what about my sister? And I was like, what about your sister? And he's like, well, that's what she does. Like, she was, wait a minute. You were in casting, right?
Mhm.
Oh my God, it's just now hitting me that you both were in casting before the.
And we both baked.
Wait, I didn't know that.
We're both from Texas.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
There's like about
Really?
1,000 things that are
It's-
very similar. And then
Yes.
different people about me and you.
It's just hitting me right now.
Oh.
that-
She was reality
You
and I
guys-
was TV and film.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways,
Okay.
Josh goes, my sister, that's what she does. And I was like, oh, well, have her like, fill out a application or whatever, send her resume, whatever it was that we were doing. And JaKee at the time was working selling jewelry at Costco in Reno, Nevada.
So I was traveling with a jewelry company, and that was a Scientology company.
Okay.
I needed money. They didn't care that I wasn't. You live in LA. You hustle. You know what? You hustle.
Yes, JaKee,
and
it was hustler.
It was either on the streets or in Costco. So I did it in Costco.
Yes.
You know.
In this particular case.
Yeah. No. Mom, sorry. No. So I was selling jewelry because I took a little break off of life and went and was figuring out life.
Yeah.
And then I finally moved back to LA, went to Texas for about a year trying to figure it out. Anywho, came back, sold jewelry in Costco, and they would take you to different places. So I'm in Reno, Nevada, Christmas week. Like,
oh yeah,
it's Christmas week.
Yeah.
And I don't have a computer. I don't have nothing. And my brother calls me, yo, I got you. You need to send me your resume. And I'm like, I don't have one right now. Like, okay, cool. So I'm like, I got to find a resume. And then she sends me a 20 questionnaire. You got one.
Yep.
I'm selling jewelry until
know it.
like 8 or 9 o'clock at night whenever Costco closes. And I come home to this hotel room and I borrow my roommate's laptop in the hotel. And she wants to go to bed. So I have like a little bitty light on. And I'm typing on this laptop 20 questions.
And these aren't just like,
what's your favorite color?
You're in depth.
what's your, like previous employment like?
Yeah.
No, this is like a psychological questionnaire.
Yeah, she thought she was a CIA trying to get an
I
assistant.
was because
Yeah.
I'm
they were
hiring
trick
someone. You're basically hiring your new best friend.
Yeah.
Is what you're doing. You're hiring the person that's going to be sitting in the chair right next to you for hopefully the next years at a time. Like that's, and you need to make sure you vibe as personalities. You need to make sure you're on the same page as far as your values, as far as your principles in life. Like, yeah, you don't have to be the same person, but like, are you going to be doing something that I'm like, oh my God, like I am uncomfortable while you do this? Then we're probably not the same match. We're not the same vibe.
How many times you go into the bathroom?
Yeah, what are you doing
What are
in
you
there?
doing
Hold on. Coming at like all of a sudden you come out of the bathroom with like hella energy. I was like, what did you just do?
Yeah.
What?
This isn't the type of comics we are.
Yeah. So it's like a whole thing. So when I send out this questionnaire, I'm asking you about your best friend. Tell me about your best friend. What do you love about your best friend? Tell me about an argument that you've gotten in.
Yeah.
Like everything. Like I want to know like what things annoy you. And the questionnaire was presented very much like questions that you wouldn't think like, oh, like what is that? Well, I guess, yeah. And it kind of gets you talking a little bit. And it was almost like, put your guard down. This isn't prove yourself to me. This was just like, tell me about your personality. And from that, you don't really know right and wrong. Like there's no right and wrong answer to it because you don't know my personality. So you don't know what I'm going to read and go, oh, I vibe with that. Or I go, ooh, I don't vibe with that. So it's really just share who you are without being able to like, oh, let me put my best foot forward, because you actually don't know what your best foot is in this situation. You're just telling me about yourself in your life. So anyways, JaKee's filling out this application, this questionnaire, and she sends it in, and there was spelling mistakes.
Oh yeah, grammar probably.
Right. And this is the difference between me and my road manager and assistant at the time, Lauren Miller. We read it. I knew what I was looking for in the personality questions. And JaKee was like getting all of them, just like, yep, yes, yes, yes. Like everything she was saying, I was like, oh my God, yes. And then Lauren was looking for the logistical side of things. Like, can this person get the job done? And so immediately my flags went up of yes. And Lauren was like, no. Absolutely not. Look at these spelling mistakes. This person's going to be writing emails on your behalf. no way.
She is not competent.
Yeah, this is not happening. And I'm like emotional. I'm like, no, but she said everything right. Like, yes. And then we get on our Skype call. This is like before Zoom, right? So we get on a Skype call and it's me and Lauren and JaKee comes on the screen. And the first thing JaKee says is, I'm so sorry about all the spelling mistakes in that form. It was the middle of the night. I had no light on, and I'm typing it on a little tiny thing, and I read it this morning going like, oh, my gosh, my apologies. And immediately Lauren was like, oh.
Yeah, because I reread it. I was like,
okay.
oh, I sound like an idiot. Oh, this is all wrong. Oh, my. Well, you know what? Hey.
Yeah.
I think it worked out. So.
Yeah. And then it was a whole thing. Then it was like, okay, when can I meet you in person? And you're like, oh, we've met before. And I was like, oh, okay. Then it's that whole conversation.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, yeah. Good to see you. And that's how we connected. And then you came, we went and had lunch at Aroma Cafe so that we can meet in person. And something
we ran an errand.
immediate. Oh, and that was part of it too. We went to go run an errand, and it was
we
a
did.
whole. Yep. I needed to see how you handle certain situations, how you communicate, how you get a task done. Like, it's very intricate. And I've had people message me, and Danielle knows too, and you've seen it too. People want to know, how do they get your job?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a very intricate process. Because I'm looking for a life partner is what it is. And so if you've seen my technically not stalking special, I have a whole 17 minutes on JaKee in there. But one of the things at our first meeting at Aroma Cafe, we went to lunch so we can meet in person. She's already like checked off all the boxes on the form that are perfect. Our Skype call went great. Now let's meet in person. And I remember sitting in front of JaKee, and I said something maybe like mildly funny, like enough that would conjure up a and JaKee gave it the loudest, heartiest laugh, like level, like closer of your new hour special. Like, she gave it that energy. Like, this was my new closer, standing ovation energy. And I remember being like, oh, this is big. This is a lot of energy. And immediately my anxiety was like, okay, it's okay. It's fine.
Breathe through it.
Breathe through it. And from day one, I knew that we had different energy, and that was something that I was going to have to be like, okay, we're not the same exact person. I don't have to match JaKee's energy, because then that's my insecurity. Like, well, she's laughing, I gotta be laughing. And then I'm like, I can't do that. I'm gonna exhaust myself. I won't have any energy left for anything. So I just have to let her be her, and I have to be okay letting her be her. And I remember having to practice that in the moment of letting you have your big energy while I maintained my small energy, which a lot of people don't know that. They just think, oh, you're a comedian, you're on all the time. But really, I'm so calm and chill that it was something I had to be very conscious of. And then we were able to balance each other out for the next 7 years of our different energies. And I learned how to lean into JaKee's big energy when it was so beneficial. We're checking into a hotel, I'm exhausted, I'm like, go do your thing, girl. Yeah. And
I'm going to be way over here with glasses and a hoodie.
Yeah. And it just worked out personally. And that was our balance. And that's how we started with each other. And then for 7 years.
Yep.
And then now you have 2 kids.
Yep.
Okay. So that's how we know each other.
Yeah.
That's how it started. We worked together for 7 years, traveled the world together, literally all over the world. And such a great time. We've had such great memories together. We're in new seasons of life. You went on to get married, have 2 kids. So many amazing things happening in your life. And I know so many of my fans love you and have reached out asking about you. How's JaKee doing? And I know a lot of my fans still follow you on social media. And people love JaKee. And so for those of you watching right now who have been a JaKee fan for all the years, or you're brand new to Funjelah podcast and to me, and you're like, we have no idea who JaKee is, that is who JaKee is. And we're
I'm
going to
JaKee.
jump into your MADtitude and gratitude. Let's start with the MADtitude.
Okay.
And let it out there and get it out of our body. What is it, JaKee? What's
Okay.
your MADtitude?
I've got 3.
Ooh.
No, but okay. 2 are like easy, and then 1's a good one.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Ish.
Get them all out. Get
Okay.
them all out.
So
I want them all.
my first attitude is I hate when people are up against you in a line.
Up against
Oh.
you in a line. Oh, like
I know what you mean.
back up.
Yeah. Like I want to start like putting
Yeah,
out
yeah,
my
yeah.
booty or something.
Yeah.
Like I've had that a couple times where people like just keep like getting closer to me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate
Yeah.
it.
Like you haven't
When-
moved forward, but they keep moving forward towards
Yeah.
you, and you're like, the line is not moving.
I
Have
move
you-
forward to get away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it
have,
like irks me. Like there's something like
Mhm.
like
have you ever been in that situation where they're so close to you and they sneeze?
in LA, I'm sure. Yes.
I've had it, and I felt my hair. They were so
Ew.
close. They sneezed,
Ew.
and I felt my hair go like this.
Oh.
I'm not joking.
Oh.
I'm not joking. And I remember being so pissed, like,
Ew.
oh my God.
I would have looked at him and been
Ew.
like,
Yeah.
excuse you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I want to know, like, what do you do? Like, I know what I do in that situation, but like, how do you guys handle that when they're? Do you say something?
I think I just moved, moved out of the way, but I don't know.
See, and I think this would have been pre or post COVID kind of a thing too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
different ways you would handle it.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I try to be polite first when people are too close, and I just kind of move it. But if you're really gonna get to me, at some point I'm gonna turn around and just stare at you
hmm
and be like, I
Mhm.
need you to move.
What's your other one?
Okay, my other one is snoring. Again,
Eddie.
yeah, yeah. I was coming up with
like,
this one
any
last night.
specifics?
My husband.
At Eddie Sisneros. Just kidding.
I think it's good person. I'm a good person.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
good- Eddie is a good person.com
Yep.
or something. I don't know what
That's
it is.
who we may or may not be talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually questioned whether he was the one that God actually had for me one time.
Oh, you stupid.
Surely
What happened?
God knows that I hate snoring, and this is not the man he should have put with me.
And he
And he just
last
keeps-
night he had you up.
Yeah, he physically woke me up in the middle of the night. No baby crying, no nothing, just my husband
Rude.
snoring. And I'm like, but it's been like a thing. I'm sensitive to sound.
Uh-huh.
And so even as a kid, like I remember in hotel rooms with like my whole family, and everybody's got a symphony happening in the middle of the night.
No.
And I, like-
a snoring symphony.
Yeah. And I got so mad that I literally, I mean, I might have been in junior high, and I was probably in high school. I jumped on the bed and screamed, grabbed all my blankets, and went to the tub and slept in the tub the rest of the night. I was
Oh.
that angry.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's not just Eddie. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's
No, I
it's
get
a
it.
thing. It's a real thing for me that's like nails on a chalkboard just
Yeah.
doing this, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So those are my snoring one. Okay, my real attitude, like
Yeah.
my actual like heart one right now.
Mhm.
Hormones.
Ooh, talk about it.
Yeah, hormones suck. Because let's talk about the fact, I feel like this is something that is not talked about that much, is like postpartum hormones, but also like being 40 hormones.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have them both,
Mm-hmm.
like I've got a super fun cocktail happening up inside my body.
A
of
postpartum
hormones.
Perry.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Postpartum teeny.
Yeah.
A post teeny. Yeah, no, I have, yeah, because you have postpartum hormones, which they say take 2 years to probably regulate.
Yeah.
But then I decided to have another one
Yeah.
within that time frame.
You went from postpartum to postpartum.
Yeah. And then also, I'm premenopause. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
'cause
Perimenopause. That's what I was
that's
saying.
Perimenopause. Okay. Yeah.
Peri. Yeah. Postpartum Perry is what
Yeah.
I was saying. But I like where you went with it with the cocktail because that's on brand for us too. But
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah. So anywho, my hormones are jacked right now. And
Yeah.
so I'm angry at everything.
Uh-huh.
Like everything
Oh, yeah.
angers me.
Mm-hmm.
That might be where it ends.
I'm just angry right now.
I'm just angry.
Well, no, remember I talked about this on another episode where I was like, postpartum anger. That's a thing.
Is it? Can I
Yeah.
be diagnosed? What do they give me?
Yes, I had a friend who was literally diagnosed with that.
Wait, that feels fake.
No, also Leanne Kreischer, Bert Kreischer's wife.
Yeah.
She
I
also
love
had
her.
that. She
Yeah.
Wait,
when-
this is a real thing?
yeah, she talked about it.
Yeah.
I was on her podcast and she was talking about how she was so angry she broke the toilet.
Oh, I could do that.
And that's when she was like, I think something's wrong.
Yeah,
And went and talked to a doctor about it. You could have that.
I could have that. I am.
Postpartum rage, I think it's called.
Oh, I have
Wow.
that. I mean, like, I genuinely don't want to shake my baby, although I've thought about that, how that probably happens. But I'm not
Right.
shaking kids. I'm not angry at my babies,
Yeah.
but I'm just angry. Like, everything
Yeah.
sets me off.
Yeah.
And even
Mhm.
Eddie's like, you're
Mhm.
just angry all the time. I'm like, no, I'm just angry with you right now.
Yeah.
Poor thing. He's trying. He is trying. And, it, he was even like, I know this is for the world, but hey, we're women. Like, had my first period coming back, which is a whole thing too.
At what month? did you have it?
5.
Yeah, I think that's where I was too.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Yeah. 4 or 5. And he's like, does it take a while for your emotions? Because I was mad at him for something.
Uh-huh.
He's like, does it take a minute for? I'm like, I'm postpartum. Everything's gonna take a minute for everything to regulate right now. Leave me alone.
Poor Eddie. I get it.
Walk
God.
away. Stop talking. It's not making it better.
For the next 2 years, just walk away.
Walk away.
It's hard.
It is hard.
Oh my goodness.
Like when you're set off super easy
Mm-hmm.
for such a happy person.
Yeah.
Like you don't look at her like me. You don't look at me and be like, oh, she's angry.
Yeah. But it's in there.
It's in there and it's
Yeah.
real.
Like JaKee's always happy. Like she's Miss Happy Go Lucky.
Yeah, until I'm not.
I
And it's like 180. Like, and that's actually the reason I'm happy is because I try real hard to like keep that
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
as happy as I am is as vicious as I am.
And only Eddie sees that
Yeah,
part.
only Eddie gets that. And he's like, you don't fight fair, you fight to kill. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point of a fight.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's so relatable.
Yeah, the fight is to destroy.
It's relatable that only Eddie gets it. Like
Yeah.
receives. It's like the closest person, your partner in
Mhm.
life. And when you're kids and your siblings, it's your sibling.
Oh, yeah,
who
Josh
is
and I.
the one who gets it,
Mhm.
and then once you get married or have your partner, whoever it is, they become the person who now gets it,
Mhm.
But yeah, Manny said that to me before. You don't treat anybody the way you treat me. And I'm
Mhm.
like, they don't push my buttons the
Yeah.
way you do.
Yeah.
It's different. I don't know. It's just something about the person who's closest to you. And
Yeah.
they know the combination to open up the what is it
Pandora's
called?
box.
Yes, to just let the thing out. They beep bop bop beep bop beep. Rah, you let it
Mhm.
out. Like
Rage.
all these people don't
Yeah.
know the code, and you know the code, and
Mhm.
it's not even that they know the code and they're deliberately pushing the
No.
code. It just so happens to be this is the way it works out with God, with the universe, with how it works out when you draw in the person that's supposed to be your person is the way they communicate just so happens to be the code
Mm-hmm.
to your box.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It just so happens to be the way that he communicates is what sets me off.
Mm-hmm.
But also in that same sentiment, it just so happens that the way they are is what's going to make me better.
Yeah. It's going to also calm me
Mhm.
down. It's also going to be there for me. It's
Yes.
going to give me peace. It's going to be like he does a million wonderful things,
Yeah.
but he can also piss me off the fastest
Yeah.
from like a look or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah. So hormones. But I didn't know that there was postpartum anger. I'm really going to actually look that up.
You should
That's interesting.
Mhm.
definitely look into it. Everybody at home, if you're dealing with these postpartum
Yeah.
hormones, look into it.
You can also find me and send me suggestions.
Yeah. Danielle, do you have a MADtitude for this week, this episode?
Do. And here's the thing. It's because we're coming off hot from a flight yesterday. And it made me, and it's because JaKee made me think of it when she said too close to you in line. This made me so annoyed yesterday, or we were flying and it was a 6-hour flight and I'm already dreading it. Like, it's going to be so long. And then they're calling the different groups, and it makes me crazy when people stand in the way of the boarding and their group has not been called. So it looks like they're lined up. They're like, group 5. And I'm like, I'm group 5. Here I come. Beep, bop, beep, bop. And there's this woman, she was standing fully blocking the line. Everyone's going around her. And I was like, excuse me. I was like, are you boarding? And she just was like, no. And I wanted to be like, okay, then move out of the way. Scoot over. You are blocking everyone else trying to get in. We're all standing here going, what is it, my group? Whatever. Oh, it makes me, I'm like, just be aware of your surroundings, please. And if you're group 8, get in the back of the line. So that is what and then it makes me annoyed too whenever we land. And then everybody just stands up in the aisle, and like this one woman like just beelines it. And I was like, girl, we are row 33. There is 35. Okay, we're in the back. Let everybody else get out. Like, it doesn't, I know. I'm like, and I understand. I get it. There was a really long flight. I would probably want to stand up too. I was in the window, so I couldn't. And I don't know. I was like, what are we doing? I don't understand what you got to quickly get to the Uber. It's going to take a minute. This is LAX. It's a nightmare. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. It was making me insane. And then also, to follow up with the snoring, the guy sitting next to me was snoring so loud. At one point I was like, he is dying. I was like, this man is on his last breath and it is not coming out.
Did you wake him up? I would have woke him up.
No, I was too scared.
What would you do?
What am I supposed to do?
Oh, an accidental. I'm so sorry.
The same thing I do with my husband.
Oh,
yeah.
You would do that to a stranger?
You want to hear what I've actually really done to a stranger?
Yes.
Okay, we were telling you this really goes back deep.
Okay.
We were at camp. It was PK camp because I was a preacher's kid and we went to those kind of camps.
Oh, I thought you were saying pre-K like you were that young. I was like,
No.
girl,
I was still a teenager. I was a teenager.
No, PK.
Okay.
PK camp. And and then we were in these big camp bunk things, and there was 3 bunks, okay? I'm on the 3rd bunk towards the end, up high. This girl on the middle bunk, couple over, is snoring so loud that I'm like ready to kill her. Like, everybody's laughing about it, whatever. And I was like, I can't take it anymore. And I go down my bunk, I walk over, I crawl up her bunk, I get in her bunk, and I plug her nose. JaKee! And she goes, I was like, stop snoring. Oh. And then I walk back to my thing,
like,
and everybody's
10?
like,
Oh.
no, we were teenagers. And
Okay.
everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I was like, she needed to stop.
Like, she could control it too. She's like,
I know.
okay.
They can't control it, but it's like, I couldn't either.
I couldn't either.
I couldn't. I was like, who does that? Like, I'm a vicious person.
Oh, that's what it was. Tissue. I was supposed to bring you tissue.
Yeah, it's okay.
Dang it, I forgot.
Honestly, though, sometimes the snoring is like concerning. Like, I'm like, you can't breathe. Like, you're dying. Like, it's.
Well, and when I
Like,
got
you can't
pregnant,
breathe.
I
Like,
started snoring, you know, because you can't breathe. And I woke myself up, and I even asked Daddy, I was like, is that what snoring is? Like,
Is that what snoring
and
is?
he's like, yeah, you're snoring. I'm like, okay, so, because I could feel, like, I could tell, like, or something in my, like, even in my dreams. I
You
couldn't,
pissed yourself off?
yeah, like, I couldn't breathe in my dreams. No, for real. Like, I couldn't breathe in my dreams, and I would be like, like that, and then I'd wake up, and I was like, and so then I would remember, like, almost twilight dreaming or whatever it's called, where you know what's happening in your dream. And I'd be
Lucid
like,
dreaming.
lucid dreaming. And I'd be like, okay, I'm snoring now. Wake up.
Wow.
Yeah.
You try to change your dream?
Yeah.
We were just talking about that, Danielle. Trying to change your
We
dream.
were.
What did you say? You tried to?
I was just saying how, like, I think that night I had a dream, and in the middle of the dream I became aware that I was in the dream, and I was like, I don't like this. I'm gonna change the channel. Wake up. Like,
Yeah. I've done that.
yeah, I dream a lot. I'm a big dreamer in many ways.
Oh, that was sweet. My response was, I used to be.
Oh, yeah. Give it time, kid.
Give it time. Give it some kids. Couple more years.
You have exactly 3 years left to dream, and then you're done.
Yeah. No.
I my attitude this week is myself.
Oh.
Aw. Do tell.
Okay. And as soon as I say this, Danielle and JaKee will have firsthand knowledge of how I'm telling the truth in this right now.
Why am I nervous? Okay.
No, my attitude about myself is my time management.
Which part?
The whole I have an hour left, and I think I just don't quite understand what an hour really means.
No, you don't. But I wonder if that's like a Taurus/comic thing, because Eddie's the same exact way, and you guys are only like 5 days apart on your birthday. So
I don't like, and I have all the best intentions. Like, I know I have to be done by this time, and then I get distracted. And this has been Danielle has firsthand experience. Then before that was JaKee, and then before JaKee, Lauren Miller used to say that, like, I would have like for instance, a radio interview. I need to call this radio station at 8 a.m. She would remind me at 7:55. You have to call this radio station in 5 minutes. And I'd be like, okay, got it. And then something sparkly happens and we lost her. And here she is at 8:15 going, did you call the radio? And I go, oh my God, let me do it. And I forgot. And because something in that 5 minute period sparkly happened and I missed it. And it's just, I annoy myself. And I disappoint myself, and I have all the best intentions and didn't do it again. Dang it. And yesterday, I took Rosie to her first powwow, which I was very excited about, Native American powwow.
Oh, okay.
I was very excited about it. And I landed that morning and came home, took a shower, got ready, and I'm ready by the time she wakes up from her nap. I'm like, cool. So we can get in the car and go. I just have to get her dressed. And like, if she's hungry, I'll feed her first, but then get out the door. She woke up from her nap. She wanted to eat. So I'm feeding her and she's like, do you want this? No, she doesn't want it. I'm like, okay, you're done? No. Okay. So then it was a whole long thing of getting her ready. Then I had to get her dressed, do her hair. And then by the time we got her in the car, it's just all these little things like, oh, I forgot my sunglasses. Let me run back in. Oh, I didn't bring a jacket. Let me run back in. Like all the things that I thought this was going to take 15 minutes. And so far it's now taken 45 minutes. Yep. And I'm like, oh my God, how did this happen? I get in the car and then we're stuck behind a car accident on the freeway. And I was like, oh man, by the time we get there, it was almost over.
Oh,
she didn't get to see one dance. She didn't get to see any of it. And I was like so disappointed. Now she had the best time because she didn't know what she missed out. She was just in her stroller, happy and outside, exactly. And there was people walking around and like their outfits were like jingling and making noise. So she was like watching that, and then they were giving the awards for all the dances that we missed, and everybody would applaud, and then she would applaud when they would applaud. Aww. Like she was having a great time, but I was so disappointed because I wanted her to experience this and see the dancing, hear the music. She loves the drums, the Native American drums. Like I'll play it for her in the kitchen and she loves it, and she starts stomping and hitting her hands and like going along with the beat. And I was like, oh my God, she's gonna love this. And we missed it. And I was so disappointed. And I was like, man, if I would have just done this, if I would have just whatever. And like, even if we left 20 minutes sooner, she would have saw
one dance.
At least one.
Some comfort. She would have had no memory of this, period.
You're trying to make me feel better. And I'm like,
yeah.
No.
Well, because I think of that kind
of
stuff.
I'm reprimanding myself.
No. Because, like,
I mean, they'll remember it like right now, right?
Maybe. No.
Yeah.
I mean, Genevieve is now remembering things like from like 2, and she'll remember like within a month time frame.
Oh yeah, like when we went to Grandma's house.
Yeah, or something like that. But think of your earliest memory. The probably earliest you can go back is what, 3?
I don't even know. Oh, yeah. My earliest memory. Yep, I was in a crib.
So,
Like 2 probably.
yeah. So try again at 3.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes when I try to think of my earliest memory, I'm like, am I actually remembering this, or am I just remembering because my mom told me about it?
Also that.
Interesting.
When
Yeah.
my earliest memory though, I can tell, like I have it. It's very visual.
Yeah, same.
And my mom's like, yeah. So she didn't tell me that. I
Uh-huh.
can tell her exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
I do know that, but I've had that thought too. Like, and then also
Yeah.
I have to be like, was this a dream? Because I've actually told people
Ah.
dreams.
Like it was real?
Yeah.
Like it's a memory?
And then my mom would be like,
Same.
that never happened. And I'm like, no, we did meet Michael Jackson at Chuck E. Cheese in the 80s, and nobody was there. And I met him because he was, and that's what happened. And my mom heard me telling somebody this, swearing on my life as a little 10-year-old that this happened. And she's like,
Yeah.
that never would have even been in the realm of possibilities.
That's so funny.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. 'cause
Sorry you don't
seriously,
remember,
sometimes
Mom.
sorry, but I was there.
Sometimes
so-
those dreams are so vivid.
Yeah.
And you're like, this was real.
This was real.
happened.
I had my first kiss
Yeah.
in my dream, and I remembered it, and I had to be like, did that really happen? And it didn't happen in real life yet. But I was like, I had all the feelings like that it had happened.
Aw.
Mhm.
That's
I know.
special.
Nikki,
Or
we're
sad.
Yeah.
scared.
No,
Yeah.
I have the same thing. Get out of my brain, JaKee. What the heck?
Oh my God, you guys are the same.
Yep.
Okay. So now that we've gotten our attitudes
So we should go to our gratitude.
out of the way, let's go to gratitude.
Yeah.
Let's move into this space of gratitude, elevating our vibration, putting all those good vibes out there. What is something that you're grateful for, JaKee?
I am now grateful for telling you my attitude and figuring out there might be a diagnosis to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually something that could be really cool. Okay, so one of my newest gratitudes is this group of girls that I go and hang out with every single Wednesday night.
I love already.
I know. Well, wait, it gets better. We have margaritas
Oh my
and
God.
Mexican food.
Stop.
It's a
Yum.
standing margaritas, Mexican food, and ministry. It's a text thread.
Ooh.
And
Margaritas, Mexican, and ministry.
yeah. And somehow in my mind I also call it mamacitas.
Ooh, I like it. Uh-huh.
But they're like, it's probably a good 6, maybe 8 girls who
Love
just
that.
come. They drop off their kids at church for Wednesday night church stuff. And then we
Yes.
all go down. It's buy one, get one free margaritas at Amigos.
Oh, so the kids get the ministry part.
No,
Oh,
we get ministry too because you're like connecting the way it's supposed to be over a margarita.
Yeah.
No, I did. So, like, it was really sweet. Like, last week, spontaneous prayer happened, for one of the new
Ooh.
girls and stuff like that. And so I was telling Eddie when I got home, I was like, we were just praying for her. He goes, I'm glad you guys actually pray. I was like, he's like, you're just not just drinking all the time. I'm like, no, it's like, but these girls are like so life-giving to me.
Yeah.
I haven't had any girlfriends out
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I have Jess, which is amazing, and she's the one it's all her friends.
Oh,
And
nice.
she invited me,
Hmm.
and then
How did she make friends? She just moved here
yeah.
not too long ago.
Well, they all go to the same church.
Oh, church will do that for you.
They will. Yeah.
Let me tell you. That's,
Yeah, for real.
And I told
is-
him I'm not going to y'all's church. I might one day, who knows? But
Yeah.
I nothing against. I just don't. It doesn't. I don't want to go that one.
Yeah, I get it.
And so I was like, but I like y'all, and I
There it
still want to
is.
keep hanging out with you. And so, but like, there's like I think 3 other girls who are pastors' kids too, and like.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everybody has like a like history in life, and everybody's different,
Mhm.
but they're the most welcoming and
That's nice.
kind and loving. And they text me, and they just brought me in like I'm a new bestie, and we have
Love
so
it.
much fun. And I look forward to it every Wednesday night.
I love that for you.
I know, thank you.
That's amazing.
That's really
And they all live in Spring Hill too, which is kind of cool because
because Spring Hill is far.
far.
You guys, this is JaKee
You're on the very-
moved very far
Yeah.
away. It's like what, 45-minute drive?
Yeah, give or take.
Well, that's great then that they all live by you. So
Yeah.
it's like convenient.
So
and
everybody's right there. They all
I love it.
and they're telling me things about Spring Hill, and I'm like, this is cute.
Yeah.
So that's my newest gratitude is these group of girls who are giving me life.
Shout out to the group of girls giving you life.
Mhm.
Everybody listening, if you have your group, send them a text right now. Tell them that you're
Yeah.
grateful for them. Tell them like, hey girl, I'm grateful for you. You give me life. I love when we laugh together. I love ABCDEFG, whatever it is that you love about your friend. Go text them right now and tell them that you're grateful for them.
Yep.
Okay, what else?
My gratitude. Okay, now I have more. Okay. I had more, now I went blank. Oh, man. I was really excited
That's
about
why
that
we
one.
take notes.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
kids are a thing.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, listen.
Because you don't want to say family. I heard that already. Like, you can't say family, because we're all, like, grateful for our family. But no, I am grateful. Like, I am grateful that I have good kids
Mhm.
who listen for the most part,
Yeah.
who are fun
Mm-hmm.
and playful
Yeah.
and adorable. I have really cute kids, and I don't want to be like, hey, I did that. I kind of did,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. I can't. You can't take really. I mean, like, because if they came out ugly, I did that too. So
Yeah.
you can't really take credit for how your kid came out looking.
Yeah.
But they're really cute, and they're fun and smart.
Let me tell you, when everybody's listening at home, let me talk to you about JaKee's daughter, Genevieve.
She's perfect.
She is the most loving, sensitive, and not sensitive like, oh, I want to cry at everything. Like sensitive to like an inquisitive place. Like she can be sensitive to what's happening, and you see her eyes taking in the information and registering it, and then you see her respond in a loving, generous, gentle way. And she listens to JaKee. Of course, like any other kid, they have to learn to listen. They have to learn this no means no, and they're going to test it and try it again. But for the most part, she, from the time she was little, she would hear JaKee say, no, ma'am. And then she would like listen and be like, okay, let's redirect. And I heard a no, ma'am. So no, ma'am means, let me try it one more time. No, okay, this way. You know, like she's just an overall lovely little person. And I will say, I've adopted no, ma'am for Rosie.
Oh.
It's a very fun way to be direct, but not like, it doesn't feel mean.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm very with it. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
That's not what we're doing
Well, and
today.
also I felt like if I'm telling her she needs to call me ma'am, I feel like giving her the equal respect too.
You tell her she needs to call you ma'am?
Like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Like,
Oh, like that. Oh, I was like, wait.
Yeah.
oh,
I'm confused.
sorry.
You mean like like how in the South? Everybody's no,
Yes,
ma'am,
yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
sir.
like I'm.
Yeah, I was like, that's very Texas Southern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
okay.
like, I was raised the same way.
Yeah. She has to say, yes, ma'am. Like, do you understand? And I'll just look at her and she goes, yes, ma'am. Until she says it. So that's also why I do it to her. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay.
Because I want the same response.
Oh, okay.
I
I was just doing it with sass.
Yeah, that's cute. I didn't think of it that way,
I was
but
just
I
being
like it that
no,
way.
ma'am.
But I definitely have done
we
that.
ain't doing that today.
No.
No.
Yeah. But to your point. So we were watching this show called Holy Moly, which is basically like Putt Putt and Wipeout had a baby. And it's hysterical.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's so funny.
I've seen that show.
It's
So funny.
So Genevieve is watching it because I'm trying to find like TV that's not a cartoon all the time if we're watching something together. And somebody gets like hit by a windmill and flips into the water, and I'm laughing, and she goes, oh, that's not good.
Oh.
Are they okay? I'm like, yeah, no, they know how to swim. They're okay. They're fine. Look at them. There they are. They're up again. It's just fun. I was like, oh, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
That she's seeing people getting knocked into the water and like hit and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like dying laughing over here. And she's just like
Poor thing.
I was just watching this show. Like, are they okay?
She saw the most violent thing happen, and her mom going, ah!
That's exactly what's happening. This guy's like flipping back, and I'm losing it. That's my sense of humor, is people getting hit.
Injuries. Hilarious. Am I right?
I love it. Is it you who can't watch children?
I can't.
Oh.
Nip. No, not watch children. I don't like watching people get hurt, like actual.
No, I don't like that.
Like they have the skateboarding guy, he falls and here goes his elbow
Oh,
like
God,
this.
no.
Like
No,
I don't
no,
want to
no,
see
no.
none of that stuff. But I do follow an Instagram account called Kids Getting Hurt.
That's
and
funny.
It's hilarious because it's not bad injuries. It's not.
It's just like them banging their
like
head all the way down the slide.
okay.
It's really funny.
They throw the ball at the wall and it bounces back and hits them like that. It's like silly things that are like, oh, that's funny.
See, and I think it's hysterical. And
Yeah, I think it's
Eddie's like, that's not funny. What if that was Genevieve? And I'm like, I mean, I'd probably still laugh and then make sure she's okay. I mean, you got to laugh this off at some point. Come on, kid, get up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is a funny Instagram account.
You laugh so that you don't cry.
Aw.
Why?
Well, JaKee just laughs.
I just laugh. I feel like it's happening either way with me. So,
Like, there's the people who, if, like my friend Maya, if she's at the grocery store and somebody falls, she cannot help but laugh. Like,
I would do the same.
It's an instinct. She cannot help but laugh. I am opposite. Like, I will, even if they start laughing, I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And they're laughing hysterically. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, that's where I immediately go to. And no, JaKee, same way.
Yeah,
Just
I'm a laugher.
I'm a laugher.
I'm a laugh. Yeah.
I'm going to laugh and then ask if you're okay.
One time I fell in public. It was raining and I am crossing the entryway to a driveway and it was painted stripes and the paint was slippery because of the rain and I slipped and I went flat on my back and there was a guy walking past. He looked back at me as I fell and then just kept walking.
Ew. LA.
Like didn't even like, do you need help? Can I help you get up? And like nothing.
Rude.
And I was like,
That's rude.
wow, jeez, okay. Like I was flat out. Rude. That's how I feel when you guys laugh. Just kidding.
I'm thinking of like maybe what was like being protected from him not helping you.
I don't know.
Who else? Like who does that?
I can't
That's
imagine.
weird.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'll still laugh and then make fun of you and then go, you're good though?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
good?
Yeah. I think that comes from. Do you have a brother, or just a
Yeah.
sister? You have a brother?
I do. I have a brother and a sister.
Well,
but
so
she's
do
the
you.
oldest. You're the oldest.
Yeah, I'm the oldest. But Josh laughed at me all the time before he ever helped. He
Mhm.
laughed first, and then would see if I'm okay.
Yeah. I know, because then I'm also thinking too, if I ever fell or if my brother, it was probably because one of us pushed each other. Like it was like we caused the
We
injury
caused
to
whatever.
happen.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then it's like, oh, if they turn around, they're bleeding. That's when you go, oh, don't tell mom. Don't tell mom.
Yeah.
That is. I have a crooked finger from not telling mom because Josh.
From not telling mom.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
You had to protect each other too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, my
even though they
brother
just
has a-
hurt you,
yeah.
you wouldn't tell mom.
Mm-mm.
No, yeah, my brother has a scar on his chest, and I was like, that was me. Whoop.
Yeah, you gotta protect each other.
That is our beginnings of manipulation.
Mhm.
Don't tell mom.
Oh, I don't know if Josh told me not to tell mom though. And like,
really?
I think I just wouldn't tell. Like,
Oh.
I didn't want him to get in trouble.
Oh no, that was like an immediate response. Like,
Oh no,
don't tell.
I mean, yeah, we would both do that to each other too, but like it was more like, I don't know, like your brother. My brother was my ride or die because that's all
Yeah.
I ever had.
Sure.
So
Mm.
I just like protect him. He protected me.
For those who are not familiar with PKs, and especially the kind of pastors like your parents, where it's almost like military, where you're
Yeah.
constantly moving to the next city. So friendships are like you start a friendship and then you got to move and leave the friendship. So when JaKee's talking about like my brother was my ride or die, that was like her only constant friend as they would move to all the different cities because they were traveling PK kids.
Yep.
Do you have anything else you're grateful for? These are all really good.
Oh, good.
Good ones.
Yay! I am grateful that I can still get off the floor at 40 with my kids.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, it is. I'm grateful for them being healthy and me being healthy. And let's think of something else we're really grateful for. I am grateful for being done with breastfeeding.
Okay. Yeah. This was your first time breastfeeding because you didn't
Yeah.
get to the first time.
No. I guess I still didn't technically get to, but I tried real hard.
Yeah.
It's just
Mm.
once they've had a bottle and you're not producing as fast as a bottle.
Yeah. It's
like,
hard.
Mm.
Yeah. But to me, I tried real hard, so don't come after me. I tried real hard. But he just was not. And he's huge. He's a big old kid, like he wanted milk now.
Yeah.
And he'd get mad and then, like, stop.
But you gave it a go.
I
and
really
you were
did.
able to this time.
Yeah, and
for
I
a
was
little
able
bit.
to.
Yeah.
I tried real hard. But honestly, I feel like personally there's been such a lift off of me
Yeah.
not needing to do that
Yeah.
and being able to be like, okay, right now I can also come back to like, who am I? How can I start regulating my hormones? How can I start,
Yeah.
getting healthy again and,
Yeah.
dropping some of this weight,
Yeah.
different things, and it could sound selfish, but I think if you have to be like, in order to be personally for me,
Mm-hmm.
in order to be a good mom, I'm going to need to love myself,
Absolutely.
and be okay with who I am and be happy.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And if your hormones are like doing that all the time,
Yeah.
because you're like so worried about breastfeeding and keeping that, and it really does, like everything's affected with it.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think it's selfish. I
Okay.
think you have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of your kids.
yeah,
Period. And
Yeah.
then for some moms, breastfeeding didn't affect their hormones
Yeah.
like it did for other moms.
Yeah.
And they can do it for 4 years if they want to.
Yeah.
And they can still manage their life and their hormones and all their kids and whatever it is. And that's great for them.
yeah,
But for you got to take care of yourself, your body.
mm-hmm.
And you know what that looks like for you so that you can be operating at your highest self so that you can best care for and show up for your kids and give them the best version of yourself.
Yeah,
That's great.
that's where I'm at.
Good for you.
So I'm happy that I'm done.
Yeah. I told myself I wanted to do it for 1 full year. And when I started touring again is when it really became
Hard.
difficult
Mhm.
because I'm having to pump while I'm gone, travel with my milk, travel with my pump while I'm on an airplane in front of people with the like hidden pumps, but it's still there, and like all the different things. If I was traveling with Rosie, having to find one of those mom pods, or just I remember being in a bathroom, pumping in the bathroom, and some very supportive moms seeing me and being like, "Well done. You're doing great.
Mhm.
I know this is hard." And like that even makes me emotional right now just thinking about that,
Mhm.
being in this like I'm a working mom, I'm traveling, I have a layover, let me run into this bathroom really quick so I can just pump, and there's a bunch of women, but at least it's just women walking by, and then here I am and I'm trying to just like not make eye contact with anybody because it's, your boobs are out
Mhm.
and you're trying to wash your things or whatever it is. And then you just get that supportive voice being like, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Mom. You're trying.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
very special.
it is. It's. You did really good.
Thank you. I tried very
Yeah.
hard.
You dedicated real hard to it.
I
and
took all the
was very-
supplements.
Yeah.
I was trying to like, I need more milk. I need a pump, like everything.
Yeah,
I tried.
I was really proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Because you're really good at that kind of stuff. And whereas I was like, I'm good.
You're good and I'm good.
I'm good. But you did really good. Like that's why I was trying, because I was like, she did it, and I know that was hard, so let me try. It just
You
it's
tried.
that 2 extra years I've got on you that just was like 1 and 2 said nope.
There it is.
I've just decided they're for show only. They're not.
They're for
functional.
show.
Mine never were functional. They just came for looks.
That's funny.
All beauty, no brains. So that's what I got.
That's funny. They're just for show. Don't worry about it. Oh my gosh. It reminds me of a memory. I don't know if I want to say it on this podcast, but it's funny. I'm gonna say it to you like in just slight words, and then you tell me if I should tell a story or not. Went on Bon Qui Qui tour when we were in the dressing room. I think it was me, you, and Dorina maybe.
See, and I was thinking New York, rack of lamb.
Okay, fill me in.
Which boob story did you want?
Okay.
All of them.
I didn't hear a no, so I'm taking that as a green light.
I feel like, well, is it the one I don't know.
All right. Well, okay.
We can say the
Yellow light. Pause.
I
We'll
think-
do the rack-a-lam because it was on Instagram, so it's
Yeah,
whatever.
so that's hilarious.
Rack-a-lam is just we're in New York walking down the street, and there's this restaurant that had all the meat that they were serving in the restaurant, and they had like everything hanging in the window, and it was like the rack of ribs,
Yeah.
rack of lamb, like, and it's all this like luxurious meat, and then I had JaKee stand right next to it,
In
and
his
I went
low-crop
through,
tank top.
yeah, and it was just like rack of lamb, rack of JaKee, rack.
It was funny.
Dumb.
I'll fill you in on the other one later, Danielle.
Yeah.
Anyway, do we have a voicemail for this week?
Sure. You. I'll
Let's
play it for you.
hear. Oh, before we do,
Do I get the
ladies
song?
and gentlemen listening, if you would like to call us and tell us what you are grateful for, we would love to hear it. So here's the phone number that you would call.
747-300-5380. Give us a call. Ooh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Gabe Gibbs. We still love this jingle that you wrote for us. What a gift. Let's play it.
Okay.
Lynn from Denver. I just listened to episode 9, and I'm just blown away by you guys. You're such a light. You're such a source of just joy and hope and just positive energy. And so that's one of my gratefuls, is just that you started this podcast. Podcast number 2 is
Great phone number.
really didn't think I was going to get pregnant. Had, diagnosed with PCOS. I was around 20. I'm 36 now, and so God just blessed me with a little baby. So it's super exciting, and so those are my gratitudes. Have a great day, and just thanks for all that you do. Bye.
Aw, thank you. Thank you for calling in and sharing that with us. Like, what a miracle your baby is. Like,
Mhm.
getting diagnosed with PCOS, and like I can only imagine, like, when you get that diagnosis, you just kind of assume, well, I guess I'm not
My
having
sister-in-law.
kids, and I guess that's just not in the cards for me. Imagine, and then you get it one day.
Yep.
What a blessing. What a miracle. Thank you for sharing that with us.
And congratulations.
Yeah, and congratulations. Ja-Kee Sisneros,
Yes, Anjelah Johnson-Reyes.
thank you so much for joining me and Danielle and sitting with us and sharing some fun memories, some fun stories, and your matitude and gratitude. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
I appreciate you. There is a reason why you're still one of my best friends today. So thank you.
Thank you.
I love you. Besties.